Coffee with Andy and Tracy. Good afternoon, guys. We are headed to the boat. And I waited until we got through some construction because that section of Georgia Highway was almost as bad as all of South Carolina.
And the rest of Georgia.
It's almost as bad as South Carolina roads. Anyone that's traveled to the South knows, and I'm from South Carolina, that the only thing worse than any road in South Carolina is I-10 going
to Texas.
Through Arkansas.
Good on. Good on.
And she's downplaying it. Good-unk. Good-unk.
You're right.
Good-unk. Anyway, that's not what we're here for, guys. It's a lot of hand movement, isn't it?
It's like those people that are talking to themselves on their phones on the sidewalk and just gesturing away, and we just think they're crazy.
It is Tuesday. We're heading back to the boat. Michael, we're coming to see you.
And Bev.
And
See Bev and Sandy.
Becca. And the kids.
All the people
And I'm going to hold your daughter. It's going to happen this trip. She's going to look at me and go, pick me up. It could happen.
It could happen.
I'm an optimist. So, Sandy, we're coming your way. I know you guys are still probably shell-shocked from the outcome on Saturday. That was a shocker. Woo! Bev, we're going out. We're going to hang out.
Gonna go Raven.
We're not going to go Raven. We're not pulling any all-nighters or anything. But we're going to go to the Codfather and have ourselves a proper
Fish and chips.
A proper fish and chips, as Michael says. A proper fish and chips. I don't know. I've had some bad fish and chips, but that's the best fish and chips I've ever had.
That's pretty good.
Get it with the curry sauce. What do they call it? The green beans?
Green mash.
The green mash, which is just green lentils without salt.
Yeah, it's like unsalted split peas.
Unsalted split pea soup. So we're headed up the highway. We're on our way to Bucksport Marina to escape from the Bucksport vortex. We've met so many nice people there. It was a nice, safe place for our boat to be. I know I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen pictures. And I'll put a picture right over my head as a shout out to our friend Joanna, who motored by it down the ICW the other day and took a picture of us. We love boat sighting pictures. We love them when we get it from David and Stephanie, the previous owners. They're like, what are you guys doing in Cape Fear River? Because some of our friends just sent us a picture of you. Love those. Now it's going to be harder to recognize coming up because Terry the Terrifying Turbine is going to be taken off, and she will be renamed as SV Another Summer. We have all that stuff on board. We've got a nice dock we can work from to do that. We're going to take care of Poseidon and Neptune and whoever else you want to take care of. We'll pour out a little bit for them, but not much. Not Nabaku.
Well, I figure I already sacrificed 2 phones to Neptune, so
We've never discussed that.
Oh, sorry.
And I was supposed to have Mary, you put a comment in yesterday. I'll do that, and then I'll circle back to some other things. I've talked previously about being safe with technology, and it's not just for the kids. When Bumpa got his phone and had the World Wide Web at his fingertips, he did a search for a new show on NBC at the time. It was Cougar Town. And as he hit search, Tracy was jumping across the table.
Oh, we were in the car. It was a billboard, remember? I think we were leaving the rest again in Fort Lauderdale.
In Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, and there was a billboard there that was for Cougar Town. And I was like, take for instance Cougar Town. Like, you could just Google that. And he started to type it in. I'm like, but you have to be really careful what you see when it comes up. Because you can get an education you may not want. Just saying.
You can see all kinds of things on the
Oh
web.
my word.
What, this person in front
Oh
of
yeah,
you?
the speed limit's like 70 and he's going 50 because there's a policeman.
It's okay. He'll be in South Carolina chipping teeth on the roads in no time. Huge shout out, huge thank you to the O'Hearns for hosting us and allowing us to stay in their home.
Invade their home.
Invade their home. I mean, Duncan's just like land and multiply wherever we go.
Oh God, don't say that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And then we were going to head back to the boat yesterday. We had a couple of things to do, business-wise, pharmacy. So we ended up staying, and we went to Scouts last night. And man, they're getting shorter and younger every time I go.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
And I think the total head count of visitors was 13, but it felt like 42 of them, just running around. But I got to talk to some of the new Cub Scouts that are potentially moving over to Boy Scouts into our troop last night, and Jim and Jim and Lane were talking to the parents, which doing their normal shtick. And Jim's like, and Andy ran away from us, and he lives on a boat. And they were like, whatever. And he's like, no, he really lives on a boat. And I had already asked to do the Scoutmaster Minute last night, and I was going to kind of wing it. Sometimes I wing it. Sometimes I really love the art of writing a Scoutmaster Minute to talk to the youth.
I think he just likes to run his mouth.
Yes, but we only have a limited time envelope when we're talking to people, but youth especially, and you have to choose your words and your timing and your subject matter precisely to try to convey your message. So I usually will take a couple, 3 days to write something up, and I really try to craft it. Sometimes I'm a wordsmith. Sometimes I'm just an annoying babbler. But last night I realized in the crux of all that, in talking to the parents, that I did my Scoutmaster Minute about 13 years ago when I started volunteering and scouting just 1 hour a week. I didn't have the skills to pick my family up and throw them on a boat and go off an adventure.
Oh, you think you have those now?
I don't necessarily have the skills now, but I didn't have the skills or the confidence to do that. Now, the skipper here draws on years and years and years and years of experience, but scouting exposed us as a family to so many things and built my confidence and the boys' confidence, and we went diving together, and without going to sea base, I don't know that I would have ever considered this. So I'm very, very thankful to scouting. So I said something briefly about 30-45 seconds to the parents inside, and their meeting continued on through the end of the meeting. At the end of our meeting, we do the awards that we present every night, or every meeting night. And then we circle up, and the Scoutmaster has something to say, and then there is praises and prayer requests. And during that time, it might be the first time that a youth or an adult has the comfort and confidence to be able to raise their hand and say what's really on their mind and their heart. And there were some tough ones last night. And this one that's asleep behind me actually said something for the first time in a circle up, just that he was thankful for the opportunity that our family has gone on. And I dig that. I love it. It's one of my favorite things in scouting and the environment that our troop has is in that circle, we're just there to support you. I mean, there might be some ribbing later, but not as a general rule.
And mostly it comes from the adult.
And mostly it's the adults aimed at the other adults. There's no hazing for the youth, I promise. So I got a text from Michael. I need to come up with a pet name for you, Michael. We need to work on that together. I'll see if you've heard this video, if you come back at me with a good pet name for you. He was excited yesterday. He called. He sent me a picture of the first, all but 2 boxes arrived for our navigational install. So he's excited. We're excited. I think we're all excited to be dock mates for a little bit longer. The boys are excited to have somewhere they've been before and they're comfortable with. But currently the plan is we leave the vortex of Bucksport Marina on Wednesday. And it's about 83 miles from Bucksport to where we want to end up at Cooper River, where our reservation starts on Thursday. And we can't really, with the short days, we can't make that in a day on the ICW. So we'll have a relaxing day tomorrow. We'll probably motor down to just below Georgetown. We might even spend a few minutes waterside in Georgetown, and then go anchor out near the entrance of Winyah Bay.
There's a Gullah restaurant in Georgetown that
you hear good things about?
Yeah.
So we'll anchor down near the inlet, which was my very first video that I posted that was kind of live stuff of us coming in. That inlet when it was pitching around and wind was blowing, it was dark, and there's all these lights. It's really well lit, but it's so well lit and there's so many lights, it's really confusing, and I don't want to do that one at night ever again unless I have to.
Ever again. Well, to be clear, that was not our destination.
It was not our destination. So we'll go anchor out at Winyah, get an early start on Thursday, and then, I mean, just as long as conditions keep looking good for a good outside sail day, we'll have a nice sail down to Charleston and then kick her on into the curb at Cooper River Marina. I even think the staff is kind of excited to see us again. Who knew? The staff at every marina we've been at. I was thinking about this last night. I mean, I know all the dock masters by name. Aaron down at Ladies Island. James and Dustin and Dave. Dave, who got on the VHF and yelled at the Coast Guard when they deserved it for doing donuts and smarting off to him on the VHF. Matt up at Whitaker Point Marina. Big shout out to Matt. He is a dock master that takes better care of people's boats than they do. The whole crew at Oriental with the welcoming committee. And is that the only marinas we've ever been to?
Yeah. I mean, we go to fuel docks, but yeah, we don't really stay in marinas.
We don't stay in marinas. And these upgrades that we're doing, the navigation upgrades are not just for navigation. They're for leaving sentry alarms on at night that will help us more comfortably anchor out wherever we go. The electrical upgrades will just give us some better power independence. So we're looking forward to all that. I'm looking forward to a lot, but I'm also having a good time while we go. What was your favorite part of your trip back to Georgia and all that, sweetie?
I got to see my kids. And family. And Turkey. And the O'Hearns. Yeah, all of it.
And the
It's good to-
Ascaras?
Yeah, all the friends.
All the friends.
It was good to go home.
It was. It was weird
But it's time to go back to the boat.
to go back to our home stomping grounds, our house not being home anymore. Riley, do you have anything you want to say? Not really. He's a man of many words. He's
The
over
ones
there.
are all snoring.
The others are all asleep. There's not an exhaust leak in the car, but every time we start driving anywhere, they
It
all
could be
fall.
arranged. No.
No, too soon.
Okay. Ooh, is
Place, South Carolina, off the side, is a bakery that I have gone to since I was a little child. And it's been run by dozens of different people over the years, but they keep the same recipe book throughout the years. And it is a destination. So many of their cookies, their cakes, their donuts. I mean, you get a cinnamon roll about as big as my head.
As big as your abdomen.
as big as mine and her abdomen put together. There was one thing we got one time. It was a huge cinnamon roll kind of thing. It had icing over it, and then it had a solid coating of powdered sugar over it. I don't know what it's called besides diabetes.
Diabetes.
We took some pictures of the OG Pirates before we left, and whenever we make reference to the OG Pirates in any episode coming up, we're going to put them right here because Nan and Papa are the OG. I had a really good visit back home and felt very comfortable about it.
Lord, I thought you were going to sneeze and break the microphone.
I only wish we'd had time to see Stephanie and David, Maddie, and Tom. But other than that, I think we got most of the people we wanted to see ticked off our box.
Still have to go see Josh and Peyton's house.
Still have to see Josh and Peyton's house. And Josh has now found our YouTube channel, and he's watching through all the classics. All the classic
the throwbacks.
Coffee with Andy.
Before Tracy would get out of bed.
Before Tracy would get up or even bother getting on the camera. Say, honey, you want to do a video?
No. Busy. Got things to do.
You want to know? Hey, hon, you want to know?
Wow, you make me sound disagreeable.
You're not wearing the Angry Birds hat.
I'm saving. I'm trying to rehabilitate my hair, but
You're going to channel it. It's cute.
it's not okay.
It is cute.
Not okay.
Whatever. Anyway, until next time. Next time we should be on the boat. We might do a special excerpt if we make it by the Buc-ee's.
That's where this is headed.
That's where that's headed?
Yeah.
Do we have enough fuel?
No. It's 184 miles of gas, and we have 225 miles to go. But we've got to find a target along the way, so...
We're trying to go to
get a little
Buc-ee's
splash.
because there's a special thing we want to get at Buc-ee's, and we need to do Buc-ee's to aggravate my sister because she is anti-Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I think Riley, there was a Christmas gift Riley wanted to get for somebody.
Yes. Don't want to let that surprise out or too early. But if you're watching, Steph,
That one first time? Not maybe.
Buc-ee's, 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 Buc-e's, 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 Buc-e's.
Don't knock it until you tried it.
We're going to try to find a 6-foot inflatable beaver.
You can't give away our secrets.
We're going to try to find something, somewhere, for some reason. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are y'all making out back there? It sounds like kissing. No?
No hickeys, okay? Anyway, till next time, tell your friends and family you love them. Pick up, clean up after yourself, leave the world a cleaner place, and spay and neuter your pets. Love you guys. Bye.